MAGA Republicans are trying so desperately to recreate what Democrats have done with the word weird. We have launched it into the mainstream, so now apolitical people who don't pay attention to politics every day like you and I, associate the Republican Party or the MAGA movement with the word weird. Now, Donald Trump and JD Vance and the people around them have been trying to recreate that with the word chaos, and they've been mispronouncing Kamala's name in weird ways, but it's just not working. And the crazy thing is, the more they double down on this, the more Donald Trump slips in the polls. I want to break down this article that says latest wild polling numbers show a major change in the race. But first, I want to show you this Trump strategy that's been backfiring in his face, and also at a critical moment when Tim Walz just got introduced into the race, and about a few weeks after JD Vance got introduced and he has turned out to be historically unpopular. I personally cannot wait to see the favorability numbers for Walz, because I think his favorability numbers will blow JD Vance's out of the water. Leave a like if you agree and if you're excited to see them. So, a White House correspondent named SV Date tweeted out, "For those of you with real lives who do not have to monitor the coup-attempting criminal's social media feed, he has been calling VP Kamala Harris Kamabla. I don't get it. I don't quite get it. I reached out to a senior Trump campaign official to sort it out. Here's how it went." And he shows his text where he says, "Why is he misspelling her name Kamabla?" He just says Kamabla. What does it mean, Kamabla? Can I use on the record, Kamabla? And the vibe this is giving me is they're trying to turn it into some sort of ironic meme, in the same way that we've done with the coconut stuff, with the Charlie XCX stuff, if you know about that, with all of the weird stuff. We've turned it into a sort of meme, but it's also sort of serious and cool. They're trying to do that with Kamabla by just replying to everything with it. The correspondent said in the replies, "I mean, I'm assuming it's meant to be a racist insult, but how is it meant to be racist? That's the question." I'm not sure if it's going over my head, but I don't quite understand the Kamabla thing yet. Kamabla Harris is afraid to debate me on Fox News. Here's Donald Trump misspelling it on Truth Social, as he's done 20 times in the past day or two. And this is not true at all. Keep in mind, VP Harris had agreed to a debate. They had a debate locked in. Donald Trump backed out in an attempt to get a Fox News debate scheduled, and just create so much confusion that he's able to say, "Oh, I wanted one on my network, Kamala wanted one on her network," and then in the confusion, most people don't know who to believe, but just know Kamala Harris had a debate locked in and Donald Trump backed out. Don't let him confuse us. Stephen Chung, one of the communications people from the Trump campaign, just tweeted out Kamabla. Again, they're trying to turn it into a meme like we have with the Charlie XCX stuff. This is actually a reference to Charlie XCX, but let's get into the bulk of the video. This is the part that has me incredibly excited, especially at a key moment when we really felt a momentum shift last night. I'm not going to be honest, about a month ago, after the debate, after the Supreme Court rulings, after the Trump assassination, I wasn't feeling too good. I was staying up late at night thinking we're probably going to lose at this pace. We are not on track. I mean, maybe Biden could pull it out, but having a 30% chance just isn't enough. But now, VP Harris has a higher chance than Biden ever had. She's pulling ahead in the polls, and she's so competitive that we have seen the Trump campaign implode. I hate to say it, but Donald Trump was being quite disciplined for a few weeks after the debate. He didn't really say much after that debate because he was watching the Biden campaign sort of implode on itself, and now he no longer has that discipline. Kamala Harris has a 51% to 48% lead over Donald Trump nationally, and a 3-point lead, 48% to 45%, when third-party choices are tossed in the mix, according to a new poll. But the most striking and wild swing from the latest NPR PBS News Mayor Survey, it's a high-quality one, is among a critical voting bloc, independents. Independents will decide this election. Elections are decided at the margins, especially when both sides are so divided. Those independents will decide it. Harris is up 9 points with independents. That is a massive swing. 53% to 44% after being down 14 points with them when she launched her campaign just 2 weeks ago. She hadn't really been in the public eye much until a few weeks ago, so it's fair to say that as people got to know her, they came to like her. In early July, Trump was beating Joe Biden by 4 points with independents. So I guess independent voters have been saying for a while, a lot of voters have been saying for a while, that if you introduced a younger candidate into the race, they would immediately gravitate towards that younger candidate. A lot of people thought they were lying or it wouldn't actually happen, but it seems like people are gravitating towards the younger candidate, the more charismatic candidate. This is a wild swing in favor of Harris, says Peter Hamby. Quote, Harris is now winning independents, something Biden was not doing. Harris is up 9 points with independents, 53% to 44%. She was down 14 points with them last month. Quote, for months, comments on the presidential race typically included the phrase baked in. That's no longer the case. Lee M. Miringoff, director of the Marist Institute for Public Opinion, said, quote, Democrats have renewed enthusiasm and confidence with Harris at the top of the ticket. Democrats have renewed enthusiasm and confidence with Harris at the top of the ticket. And the new matchup has ignited interest in the contest on both sides. And I think that is fair to say. Everybody is talking about this election now because all of the history that has taken place. And you can see a noticeable difference between the energy at VP Harris's rallies and the energy at Biden's rallies a few months back. You can even notice a difference in the energy at Kamala Harris's rallies and the rallies that Donald Trump gives. Kamala Harris's rallies have so much more energy. Trump leads Harris on issues like immigration, the economy, and war in the Middle East. Kamala Harris, meanwhile, pulls ahead of Trump on role in the world stage, preserving democracy, and abortion. Those are some issues that turn people out. And when it comes to something like the economy, that is important, but I think as the economy continues to recover, consumer sentiment will increase, interest rates will go down, and people will start to see that Democrats are good for the economy. It's really unfair because time and time again, Republicans will completely tank the economy, and then right when Democrats take the mantle, people blame that Democrat. You saw it with Obama when he took office in early 2009. You saw it with Biden when he took office after Trump tanked the economy because of his awful handling of COVID. But it does say the survey was conducted from Thursday through Sunday before Harris picked Tim Walz as her vice presidential running mate. And I want to hear from you guys. What do you think their main campaign message should be? Because right now they're focusing on freedom, but honestly, those clips of Tim Walz saying that every kid should have a full tummy so they can have a long day of learning, I think that is actually a very valuable message that I wholeheartedly agree with. If America wants to be one of the most competitive countries on the global stage, we want our kids to be productive in school. We want them to have clear heads all day, and we do that by making sure that they're well fed. It is like the bare minimum for a country that is as rich as America. So I think they should honestly make that a staple of their campaign, along with freedom and all of the Republican attacks saying that Democrats don't care about your kids or protect your children from the Democrats. Those can be deflected if we can show that we have a history of actually helping children in a tangible way, whereas Republicans want to strip healthcare away from people of all ages, but even children, even teenagers. So I think the freedom thing, I think patriotism, America being the best country in the world, we should have better healthcare, we should have more social safety nets, and in the process we can create more jobs and strengthen our standing on the global stage and provide healthcare for people who need it. I think those are all solid ways to frame the campaign. Those social safety nets and that healthcare, they contribute to the freedom that you want when living in a country like America, so you're not burdened by debt or taxes or whatever. But either way, if you appreciate what I do and you enjoy my videos, all I ask is that you leave a like, comment a blue heart, hit that subscribe button. Most importantly, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.